Welcome everyone to another edition of Rita's video blog. I am Rita. Tonight I am going to give you a quick update. I think the last update that I gave you was around 9:19 maybe. Well, let's check, shall we? Because I have nothing better to do. So I'm going to check on my own channel real quick. So 9:19. So, first of all, I want to say that I went to see a woman today, a great woman, Sarah Eileen, and we talked. I don't know what happened, why I got removed from a friend. She's a close friend of mine over the last 10 years. Removed from Facebook. And she added me again, or I added her, and she's helping me with the memorial service of Aaron. You know, a lot of people out there's posted, including one, I don't remember your name. You posted in one of the videos, like, something about, I have respect for you for doing what you're doing, and Jess Blackstone, and then there's one other who was talking to me about Jess Blackstone and one other. I believe it was maybe it was my 913 video. Someone said something or other. No, not the 913 video. It might have been something else. But anyways, the 910 and bad news. That could be it. Anyways, one of the women who was a Gemini's Ba said something. Now, I'm going to brief you on what's going on because I can. Now, I'm sorry if you guys think I'm looking the other direction. I was talking to someone who's beautiful on Facebook, and, you know, we were just talking about pictures and etc. And I'm wearing this because it's comfortable, okay? So, anyways, today I was talking to Sarah Eileen, and she's a good girl, and she's like, I am jealous. Mine looks better than hers. Well, they're implants. Big deal. I'm paying for them. I'm going to be paying for them for like 2 years. So, anyways, everyone I speak to about it. But, anyways, Sarah Eileen basically set me up a memorial hall so I can do memorial service for Aaron. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, she even said Aaron is my soulmate. Well, that's true. So, anyways, I contacted a preacher. I didn't know how well that was going to work, being who I am, transgendered. That preacher was very nice and says, "Come in, we'll talk." I said, "Hey, well, you're the one that did the funeral for my friend Karen." "Oh yeah, I did." Well, when I told him everything, he's like, I remember someone with a dog. Yeah, that was my significant other. He was shocked, like, oh my god. 15 months later, he's dead. So, anyways, here's the deal, okay? I'm going to basically spill the beans to you all, alright? Now, on my own joint channel with Aaron, or was Aaron, my cigar channel, I can't talk about it because it's being watched. By the way, orange soda and Yukon Jacks permafrost schnapps isn't bad, but you drink too much of it, might come out. So, there you have it. So, anyways, talking to this girl who's a sweetheart. I won't go into details, you know, because, you know, I am, you know, I like girls as much as Aaron knows I like girls. And, anyways, the woman is amazing. So, amazing woman. So, anyways, one of my friends, Jessica Eileen, hasn't contacted me at all. And I'm worried about Jessie Girl. She's a subscriber. And Jessie Girl hasn't surfaced for 3+ months. I hope she didn't die or commit suicide. So, anyways, enough about that for a second. So, here's the deal. When Aaron died, because the whole clinic basically held him up and didn't get him in because they thought he wasn't dying, I decided, with my help with Poppy, I'm going to sue the clinic. Now, I can't sue because they basically gave him 5 years clearance for his heart. Doctor basically attacked me afterwards because I yelled at my doctor about it. My doctor said, "Oh, well, we can say that, but we are not liable for when he kicks the bucket." But the nurse, before my doctor came in, my doctor's Filipino, said, well, she said, well, if he was having that much pain and he died, and you said he was in that much pain, we needed to call 911. Instead, it didn't happen, so Aaron passed on. I was telling the girl my dreams after I win. Lawsuit, the thing is there is going to be one once the coroner gets back with the idea that it is a heart attack. Once the coroner rules it's massive heart attack like it's supposed to be, I'm going full board because I'm not going to be losing my significant other to a massive heart attack. However, I gotta work with Aaron's father because, well, it's Poppy. Thing is here's the deal. Aaron died because A, they didn't see him right away. And that is what I'm nailing him on. And the fact that they discriminated against Aaron because, let me show you. Come here. Hold on a sec, everyone. I just want to share you Moppy again. Hey, don't get grumpy with me, boy. I'm just trying to pick you up. This baby boy lost his daddy. You see, me being transgender, that was just one of the typical of the iceberg. Here. Picking him up, sometimes he gets moody. And so, yeah, let me rub your belly. Oh yeah, he loves that. So, sorry, Moppy, I had to wake you up. Secondly, he's been under the bed because he's depressed. So, just to let you know. Second is, I'm with him. I'm transgender. Hi. Hey. Boop, 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 boop. Isn't my service dog Moppy beautiful? Look at him. See, he was retrained for me, so I get to take him with me everywhere. So, the second thing, hi. So, between him being discriminated because Aaron's legal name is Sarah, and he's got a service dog, and the fact he's with me, being weird, being a trans woman, here you go, Moppy. Oh, yeah. Thank you for letting me demonstrate you. As you know, Moppy's not going into his little box where he loves to be. It's his comfort zone. So, anyways, the bottom line is Moppy is a beautiful, beautiful animal and part of my family. So if they want to say there's no protocols for him, because as you all know, the clinic sent 3 nurses out, and they were debating whether to get him into a doctor who can get him an ambulance or get him to the full clinic. The full clinic, no offense, didn't do anything. 40 people went after him that came in after him, and he died. Why? He died 9 to 10 hours later. Why did he die 9 to 10 hours later? Because his heart gave up. Just gave up. Maybe Aaron knew he was going to go. Maybe Aaron didn't. Problem is, no one will know. Bottom line is, he's passed on. I've had a lot of problems here at home. Manager tells me, oh, you have all the time in the world. Guess what? Manager still hasn't cleaned his apartment. The windows are open. Ask the manager, hey, why is the windows open? Ow, it smells like a dead body. A body doesn't stink like my neighbor downstairs who died around 11 days later. Yeah, so, anyways, I want to thank Gemini Blah and Miss Blackstone, I believe it is. I can't remember. I'm not going to go back into the emails. For your great words of what's going on, because you all need to know what is going on when it comes to Aaron, So, I'm about 70% packed. Sarah Eileen, who's a friend of mine, adopted sister, I adopted her. I told her, yeah, I got to get some packing tape. She gave me a lot of duct tape and said, get to it. No those words, but she's like, here you go. Problem is I got to finish packing, and I'm going to use the duct tape to put the boxes together. Once the boxes are together, I'm going to be filling the boxes up for everything that I am not going to be using until I'm ready to, use it. Then when I get to my new place, I get to unpack everything, which, again, is a pain in the butt ski. Yeah, so, anyways, the clinic's going to be sued on the grounds of, as I just said, not doing their job and getting 911 called because they have to be seen with chest pain within 10 minutes or less. He died 10 hours later because they didn't care. And he didn't want to wait around because they said, you're not dying, park it. Well, he did die. Next morning I found him. And it wasn't a decent thing. So, and yes, I have to thank Aaron for these because he helped get them for me. So, they're an actual feeling. They're just part of me. And a lot of girls, I've talked to Sarah Eileen, and other girls that are like, oh yeah, I'm so jealous. Even the general surgeon saw him. She's like, girl, I'm jealous. So, I do want to say a couple other things for you all. My sister, Miss Prissy Douchebag, that's what I'm calling her, not Teddy. Basically, it was like, didn't care that thought it was morbid, that I'm taking this with me to do a memorial in Portland. This is half of Aaron's ashes in this box. It's airtight. If you hear it, let's see if you can hear it. It's basically in there in an airtight thing in a indestructible like silicone bag, which means, but then again, Aaron liked these, and well, he loved playing with them. So, he was the only man that won my heart. So, bottom line is, and I hope he's not feeling that when just to show you, but there is ash in there in a indestructible bag, apparently, or a non-destructible bag. But, anyways, I'm going after him on the grounds that they didn't call 911, and secondly is, if they try to pull a card and say it's not their policy, they attacked him and didn't want to help him because he's got a service dog, he's with me, and his name is Sarah. There you go. 3 more reasons to go after the douchebags there. So, the clinic will be punished for their crime. Hi, Moppy. He's just looking at me like, eh. So, other problem is, as you know, I ended up with Moppy, and, well, it wasn't good. A friend of mine who's close to me, who is very close to me, said, wasn't my job to clear everything out because I did, because otherwise the management company would own everything. That's Aaron. The only thing I would have got if I just left it alone was Moppy. So I cleaned everything up, cleared out his house, and now I got some problems with his father, wanting this and wanting that and wanting this. The problem is how do you give something you can't give? How do you sit there and tell someone, I'm sorry, sir, you can't have that because, the thing is the father is entitled to these things. But I'm not shipping anything expensive in the mail. That's the thing. You don't ship anything in the mail because it doesn't work. Yeah, so doesn't work, and the management company, also was letting me handle things. So between him saying, well, you have the management company saying, well, you have his key, and you've been with him, and then you have his father who says, oh, it's a sacred trust to handle these things. Well, excuse me. When I went to Social Security basically told me, first of all, I need a proof of income. I got it. I could have waited 2 weeks. They would have shipped it to me. But it took me about 20 minutes once I sat down. And you know the story, and I'll repeat it. I walked into the elevator and went, brink! Lady says, oh, are you waiting for Social Security, miss? I'm like, yeah. I sat down with Moppy. Finally, my neighbor comes up there like, oh, is she with you? Yes. Okay, have a seat. I go and security's like, so, baby, how are you today? And I'm like, I'm fine. What is it you need? Is that a service dog? I'm like, yes, he is a service dog. All right. Hello, Mr. Pooch. You're a service dog. Walked in, sat down. Next you know, I told the lady I need proof of income. She's like, oh, okay, here you go. I'm like, no, I need this number. I'm on Survivors for disability. She said, okay. She looked at my ring and my bracelet, and she said, that's beautiful. I said, my significant other gave me it. Oh, that's wonderful. He or she's a lucky person. Hey. I said, here's the Social Security number and the bank card. Destroy it. Why do you have it? Because here's the case number. I found him dead. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Puts it in, gets everything done. And I'm like, thank you. I asked about the name change. How to get my, not name change, gender marker change. She tells me. Right there in my hand, it came today as the letter that authorizes me to get my gender and marker changed by doctor's orders. Now, if it works, I will let you all know, but I got to set up a ride to go into Wenatchee to do it, which means I got to be there at 9 in the morning. By the time I leave within 10, it shall be done. Well, the groceries and everything should be done, picked up, and back by 5 because I got to catch the bus home, which means I'm limited on space. So, unless I want to take the bus in by myself and spend 2 hours one way and 2 hours another way, it's not easy to live in the country. So, but there's my letter basically changing my gender marker, which in my opinion is pretty damn awesome. I'm getting close to the point where, so I'm happy about that. But we will not finish that up on that discussion. So, here's the other problem. As you all know, I got my new computer, and it was for me and Aaron for business and for our joint channel for cigar reviews. Well, the company contacts me, being a beautiful woman that I am, and says, I'm sorry, ma'am, we made a mistake. You need to send it back to us because you weren't entitled to a credit increase. I said to them, I'm changing my phone number and you're not calling me. What happens? I changed my phone number online, downloaded the program so they would quit pestering me. They tried calling. Now I got this program called Hiya and Mr. Number, which blocks them. So now I know what's going on, so it's like, boop, I'm not having it. They sent it to me. They're acknowledging I'm paying their bill, which I made payment. I made a big payment this month for my credit account. You're not taking away my new computer. Which, talking about my new computer for a minute, I went online the other day because I was feeling bummed. Monday because I like to watch that TV show Lucifer. And let's just say I fell asleep. I was too intoxicated. I took a nap. I woke up and it was almost 11 o'clock. So, instead, I was bummed. I was upset. Finally, I went back to sleep. And I finally got up, found it online, and I watched it. Well, when I was getting ready to walk the dogs, I says, oh, I'll leave the website and I'll come back and it's not on a true timer. Yes, it was. So technically I lost the time to watch it. So unplugged the desktop, plugged in the laptop, threw it on HDMI, went into it, watched my TV show, and wow, that was a great episode. I was like, woo, 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 woo. So, anyways, so right now, for all of you out there, I'm trying to keep these videos going because Sister Sarah says it's better to do them than not do them. So, the bottom line is when it comes to everything going on in my life, I'm trying my best, you know, and doing what I can. So, I was going to say tomorrow's going to be sandwiches for lunch. I'm trying to use up the cheese me and Aaron got from from Cash and Carry. Problem is, I don't really like flat white cheese that imitates Swiss. Swiss has got little holes in it, not, you know, and I'm a cheese aficionado, so I know how the cheese comes about anyways. So, anywho, so with that said, you know, everything has just been, you know, I got packing tape, or I should say duct tape. I'm going to put boxes together tomorrow. I'm going to do a few more spreadsheets. I got like 6 to go on one set and 21 on the other set. I've earmarked my time to get it done by the end of the month. I've decided that I'm not going to be focusing on spreadsheets except by the end of the month. But at the same time, this side of the apartment, bink, is not going to be clean because there's too much crap in this side. I can lightly clean it within 20 minutes. So I'm going to focus on spreadsheets because I got to get things done. So Sunday's job is spreadsheets and packing up boxes. Now, if I run out of boxes, I got to let my neighbor know. So Tuesday, she can restock me on boxes again, which she's been picking me up jumbo boxes. And jumbo boxes are things that you get at grocery store supplies, like 96 rolls of TP, and they put like 24 stacked up like 4. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 or 6. And the box could be 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. So it's so big, it's like, so I got to put all these boxes together. I got to seal them up. I got to clean the closet. I got to put the dirty clothes in a box. Then I got to restructure the bedroom and restack up the boxes. And once they're done, so it's just a hassle. I mean, I did fall down the stairs again, hitting my head again when I fell down the bloody stairs. It wasn't a good deal, you know. So technically, it was just like when I was carrying the mattress. And then, talking about the mattress for a minute, the manager has the audacity to tell me in a text message today, Rita, you need to roll up the mattress and throw it in the dumpster. You can't, as my sister Sarah said, you can't roll a mattress up and throw it in a bloody dumpster. You just don't roll it up and be like, so I just picked it up, was like, threw it in there, and I'm like, ha-ha! Then I went, and I'm like, you know, I better go and take care of the box springs. I picked up the box spring, it's stuck halfway out, and I'm like, you know, I got some garbage I got to take out. I go down upstairs and trying to get the bag out. The garbage can's broken, I didn't know. But I'm like, Argh! So when I went to dump it, all I see is, well, at that point, I already was in the garbage dumpster once. So I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving the can in there. I got 3 more of these garbage cans on my back porch that Aaron left me. So I walked upstairs, got the garbage can, put it in the kitchen, decided, you know what? I'm a woman. I'm not worrying about it. Went into the shower and took a shower. Why? I don't want to smell like garbage, and I don't want to think about flies buzzing around my head and getting into my hair because it's nasty. So I went up there, I got things done, and then I was like, yes, Then I made a joke with my neighbor about booze, going to uh, what do you call it? The memorial service. She's like, well, I apologize to her. I always give her a bad time between throwing her dog in a cook pot just because I'm funny and, being my humor and, drinking. She's like, no problem. It gets old after a while. But she understood my humor. And so we decided, after that we would take care of things. So, anyways, so I went in and I decided to mix up some drinks. While I was doing laundry, as you all know, I do my laundry on by hand, and I was drinking Rumplemints and orange soda. Well, my orange soda supply is almost empty, and when Aaron's alive, he used to tell me, yeah, the damn gas station across the street from us always discriminated against me, and it is wrong. So what did I do? I went over there, saw the guy, and he's like, hey, you're looking nice tonight, honey. I'm like, I just want this 2-liter of squirt. Mixing it with booze, honey? Yeah, how's that wife of yours? Oh, she's great. She was asking about you. Or is she the sister to the lady next door to me? Oh, yes, that's her. Yeah, I just found out about that tonight. Oh, yeah, anyways, what are you drinking? Peppermint schnapps, about a 80 proof peppermint schnapps. Oh, you're drinking either Rumplemints or Yukon Jack's permafrost schnapps. Yukon Jack's. The Rumplemints is 100 proof. Oh, you must be feeling pretty good. No, I'm still miserable that Aaron's gone. Well, anyways, when I got done with Sarah tonight, my sister, my adopted sister, I said, hey, do you think it's morbid for me to take my little brass box that Aaron's living in to have my surgery and to visit with my cousins? Oh, no, you deserve all of Aaron, not half of Aaron. Thank you. I get done, and, so I went, and she gave me some numbers, and I called the pastor, and he called me back, and I told him, hey, I'm friends with this person. Oh, did you know how she died? Yeah, they found her 11 days later, rotting in her own pool. Her body exploded, no offense to any of you, and he's like, that's true. So they had to cremate what was left of her because they couldn't even do an autopsy. I mean, the entire body just... And it was all over the floor, and everyone in building 2, which is my building. See, when you go down the stairs out the entrance here, you got unit here, you go downstairs, and you go beyond the bars, and you go in again, and you got 2 units. You leave the 2 units, you go downstairs to the right, going towards the mailboxes, and you take another right, and you're in another unit set. And he said, yes. She was in that unit set in the building, so all the pipes are connected in this building, so we all had to smell it. Then he said, so you live in building 2, so let me ask, how'd you find your sweetie pie? I said, he's in building 3. When I found him, he was on his couch, laying face down, mouth open, eyes closed. Preacher said, I'm sorry, I'll help you with what I can. I said, thank you. So Friday of this week, I get to go there. Next Friday, I go inside my apartment complex so I can actually get into my new unit, which means I get the key at the end of the month, which is funny. My apartment manager's like, wow, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to pay the rent and this and this. And I said, honey, I don't have to do anything because I am leaving. You said you're going to take care of the deposit for cleaning and the days that I stayed here for, which you got to prorate. And if you don't, that is discrimination. So, of course, the manager hates that I have these, and I look better than her, and everything else. But then she wears a short sundress that's got, like, one of those mini sundresses, and basically you can see her vag, and it's like, she's like, oh, it's so hot. 72 degrees and hot. I don't think so. So... But, I always tell her, oh, you look really nice. Problem is, as a neighbor and I say, she looks like a whore. And she's 42 too. So, but I don't mind that. I mean, she's good looking for the most part. She always wears flavorful, shiny eyeshadow above her eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's really great. Or lipstick, and she's like, yeah, my husband doesn't like it because I spent $10 for lipstick. So, talking about one other thing before I log off and suit up the boys and walk the doggies is I was on the phone to Amtrak and I had a lady who clearly discriminated against me. That's right, discrimination, clearly. I said to the woman, yes, I need to know about going from this station to this station to this station. You gotta take a bus all the way there. I said, really? Yes, sir. I said, you know what Caitlyn Jenner is? Yes, they're a man with boobs. It was an African woman. Now, I don't mind an African woman as long as they don't insult. But it was sir this and sir that. So I called up the train station, Amtrak, and I said, hey, I'd like to go from here to here, and they got all set up. I said, I want to schedule the ride. Okay. Problem is, I said, I don't want to be discriminating against a douchebag. No problem. If they ain't giving you any more trouble, get their name and report them. Oh, I plan to, because I'm a woman who's not tolerating discrimination to this caliber. Calling me sir is not good. I go around wearing a top like this or something else, and I walk in, like the other day I was at Starbucks, and this woman's like, can I get you a coffee? And this guy's like, yeah, can I get you a coffee? No, the guy was gay, but he was very polite. I'm like, yes, I'd like this for my coffee. My friend here wants a smoothie, and I put like $2 in the cup. And the guy looks over, and he sees the thing around my arm, right? He looks down, he gets up, he walks behind the counter, looks and says, so you want one smoothie, and you want this for yourself, mocha. It was made with half and half. It's called a Brevi or something. And you want a water for the pooch. I'm like, yeah, okay, if you want to give the pooch some water. So as soon as I sat down with my coffee, the guys watched me, and I put this little cup down that they use for oatmeal. Moppy's like, and I'm like, man, the guy knew the pooch wanted water, but, I didn't think about getting water or requesting it. So he just poured it from the tap and said, here you go, pooch. And I'm just like, he's going to like you. And the guy was very happy. He's just smiling, like, the doggy got it, And thing is my psychiatrist and my therapist and my doctors, they've been working with me ever since Aaron passed on. It's like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. And everywhere I go, I went to Costco, right? I'm walking around, this lady's like, ma'am, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, okay, what do you want, And I'm wearing a nice dress, and she's like, those are really nice. I'm like, great. Thank you very much. They are nice. And she didn't say, oh, they cost a fortune. She's like, yeah, I noticed you're going and sampling other things, and you got a little box. Well, someone gave me a little box, but yeah, big, where you can put a couple hot dogs in there, and they put little samples, And I'm like, yes, what can I do for you? Can we give this to the little pooch? Next thing you know, I got outside of Costco, and a couple people that worked there was watching me, and I was giving Moppy handouts twice in like 10 days I was there, and they were just loading Moppy up with little samples. I was like, Moppy the dog needs a few samples. Well, I'm worried about Moppy's heart anyway, so I tried to say no, but it was funny. It was like, can we give the pooch this? Can we give the pooch that? Can we do the pooch this? Next thing you know, the pooch was getting a free meal, and I'm like, okay. So, I mean, I've tried experimenting with Moppy on steak. I give him a bit of steak, and because I'm mastering the steak because Aaron's gone. And steak was on sale. One week was rib steak, another week was T-bones. And when I was there, I was like, hey, my grandmother's a meat, but not my mom. My grandmother was a meat wrapper and cutter. I know how porterhouses work in the T-bone spectrum. They're the same, pretty much. It's a little bigger. I want porterhouses. Next, because the porterhouse is the end of the steak, in a steak rack like this, where you get a big block. The front part and the back part's the porterhouses. Everything else is T-bone. So the guy cut me out and says, we don't have any more, come back later. Well, I went back a couple days later. I'm like, yeah, I'd like some more of those. And the guy's like, looking at these, yes, ma'am, I can do that for you, no problem. Next thing you know, I'm walking out with porterhouses at the same price as T-bones. So, you know, and everywhere I went, it's like, ma'am. Like, one lady looked at me at Safeway, and she's like, ma'am, how are you doing? I see you got the dog. Is your friend fine? I'm like, friend? Who are you talking? Friend. Oh, you know, the guy that's with you that's usually got the dog. I'd hand him this. They'd look at it, and I'd say, front one. They'd see Aaron's name right there. Next thing you know, oh, I'm so sorry. He's trained for me now, so don't worry about it. My problem is I'm going after the clinic that killed him. Pharmacist's been nice. Everyone has been dearly nice to me with all these problems. I mean, look, company calls and says I'm not entitled to this, and this for a laptop. Guess what? You're not getting it back. It's plugged in, it's turned on, it's being used. Every night I use it and transfer files. Like tonight I will before bed. But right now my Jack Daniels number 7 glass is empty. I gotta go and walk the doggies, come back, get prepared for sleep. That means changing my pants and this, you know. And I mean, talking about problems for a second, the postmaster, I got a story for you all. So he called me. Postmaster's a sweetheart, by the way. Great guy who's religious. And I told him I have an interest in women. And he's like, well, women are nice. Transgendered women are nice too. Anyways, my father-in-law writes this. It's a notarized letter with a seal of Ohio. And it's notarized by a woman who he knows personally, cost him some money. And it basically says, give me the mail or give him the mail and forward it. And it's more likely give me the mail because the mail should be here. And if you forward it, it costs money at the postal service. Well, what happens? Postmaster says your father-in-law must be losing his stupid marbles because he went into the post office, gave a working copy of the death certificate. Working copy, by the way, means a death certificate that is working. It's got a thing that says something like working on it, and basically it says the person is dead until there's a full copy of it, like this thing here. It says right here, working copy. That basically he gave that in the case number of the detective. He got it changed so the mail goes to him. Well, it's not right, you know. There's no bills. I've done everything. Being the significant other for 11 years, I went into Social Security. I went into the welfare office. I went into this. The same thing. Working copy of the death certificate. Explained that he was my significant other. Lived with him, and I told him. They basically said it was common law, basically. But his dad's like, well, they're not legally married, so technically it doesn't work. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. So I got everything cleared. What did he do? He just got it cremated. And, complaining for a second, he says here that my significant other is a cigar tester in the tobacco industry. This is a lie because my significant other was disabled. Yes, it's a lie. But what can I do about it? So, there you have it. So, anyways, with all that said and done, I'm stuck here in this mortal plane. And so I've been trying to find, you know, eventually someone I can settle down with. And there are some girls out there, you know, out there. And I will do what I can to make it happen. So, bottom line is, I'm doing my best. I got a meeting here. And then I got to do more packing and cleaning and vacuuming and you know, and etc. And when the time comes, everything will be done. So, if it wasn't for Aaron, I wouldn't be having facial surgery. If it wasn't for Aaron, I wouldn't have had a boob job. If it wasn't for Aaron, I wouldn't be getting my lower surgery. But everything happened because of Aaron. So, I'm doing everything that Aaron wanted me to do, even after the death of Aaron. So, I will not deny Aaron at all, you know. So technically, it's just a big damn mess. And on top of that, Aaron left me the most beautifulest little doggy in the world, Moppy. So before you all sit there and say, you know, he is so cute, just remember, you know, everyone has their own story, and mine is different. So, all of you out there that appreciate my videos and my experiences, you know, and by the way, when you're transgendered, I'm going to say something. You get these done, and you get them nicely done like these, things change. People sit there and say, "Oh, ma'am, are you okay?" Because they see the side profile, and they know you're a girl. They don't sit there and see something like breast forms, like stacked up like 10 bras, like I was wearing. Now I got these, and I walk in a dress, and they're like, "Oh, ma'am, that's a cute dog. How are you?" And it's like, "I'm good, thank you. Except my husband died, and I'm miserable." You know, and everyone understands. I mean, I talked to a guy the other day talking about luck, right? And I called up a friend of mine that I know, and I'm like, "Yeah, I need to do this." And he's like, "Well, I usually don't do this, but I'll do it for you, Rita." He's like, "Where's your significant other?" If you go to this newspaper article, you'll find him in the obits. No way. You're just joshing me, right? I said, "No." So he goes on his tablet, since he's a business owner, and he works with corporate too. Pulls it up, looks at it, and goes, "Oh my God. Let me know when the service is, honey, because I cannot miss it. And this is just big." And I said, "He died of a heart attack." He's like, "Well, if you need any help and guidance for this, and this, no problem." You know what? I was going to do that. Business emails I've been doing lately, phone calls. I'm like, "Yeah, I need to do this for my husband." And they're like, "Well, you sound deep voiced. Are you male?" No, I'm female. I smoke cigars." "Oh, that makes sense, honey. Well, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this." "Thank you, sir, for your time." Plain and simple. Done, and done. Before it gets too late, I gotta upload this vid. So, there you have it. This is your video for 9/22. I will update this about maybe 9, like between Saturday and Tuesday. I'll let you know how it went with the pastor, because, you know, being a minister of God and being transgender, some people just go, do I want to deal with her or not? That said, everyone, please, and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion. And if you like this video or you don't, and you have your own experiences or comments, please just post it in the box. Just keep it nice is all we ask. And I'll see you next time.